been a busy week, so stay tuned.
Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys, the giddy up gone boys. 18 wheels on the concrete, it's a slow and dying breed, rolling like Jesse James, modern day outlaw game. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys. It's a family tradition, diesel's running through our veins. Our daddy showed us the roads, we were born in the fast lane. Branded by our heroes, taught to saddle up and move.
Well, if you've been following my videos, you'll see that this coming out in July, I had a string of bad luck from, I got the truck worked on while I was at home over the 4th of July. Had some things done to the truck, and the dealer didn't do it right. So we ended up having to get the truck repaired. I took a run going out to Cali, which I normally don't do California runs. Coming back, lost the AC, so ended up having to get that fixed. Also had an ABS problem, so got basically to Kentucky, got the ABS problem fixed. And then all these, with the times being down, the revenue, I mean, the revenue going out to Cali was great. Coming back, everything was good, but with the repair bills, you start adding those up. And by the end of the month, I basically was $1,000 in the hole. So it doesn't mean that I didn't have money. I had money. I mean, I had money in my maintenance account. But when you balance the books to say, okay, here's what my revenue was and here's what went out, when you add that all up, I was $1,000 in the hole. I kind of was sitting back and waiting to see, you know, like if a better load comes along. And in this market right now, it's not working. So I had to change it up, and that's what I did last week. I ended up setting last weekend. It was in South Carolina. There was no loads whatsoever coming out of South Carolina. Nothing showing up for Monday. So I decided to go ahead and find me a load that I could drive to Saturday to pick up on Monday. So I chose to go to Knoxville, and we pick up pipe out of Knoxville. The load wasn't paying great, but it was what it was. I was like, I need to get out and I need to start moving. And where it was going was what I was looking at. It wasn't paying great, but where it was going was in Ohio. And that's where I wanted to be. And so by doing so, I booked that load, delivered it, and right away I started watching the load boards and started picking loads. I ended up getting one in Shelbyville, Indiana. Took me up to Wisconsin that paid really good. And as soon as I booked that, I was looking up in Wisconsin. I found a load out of Green Bay. Taking me back down to Lexington, Kentucky. So I snagged up on that real quick. And then from there I found a coil load coming out of Middletown, Ohio, going back up into Wisconsin. So I snagged that really fast. So all of this happened on Monday. So by Monday I was booked out for the week, but I wasn't done there. I was looking for anything that hit my criteria, which is over $2 a mile. And I wasn't really concerned about how many miles that it was. So I kept watching, and by Thursday I had this next week already pretty much booked out. I picked up Friday in Milwaukee, and I'll deliver this on Monday near Detroit. I'll jump down to Toledo, pick up a load that's going down to Lewisport, Kentucky, and then from Lewisport I'll run over to Henderson, Kentucky, pick up a load that's going back up to Trenton, Ohio, which will put me right where it is that I want to be again in the Ohio area. I'm really hoping I can find a coil load, takes me back up to Wisconsin, because I get up into that area, then it's Chicago covers that area. There's a lot of loads usually coming out of Chicago. I don't like running up that area because of tolls, and I've said that before. I won't run pretty much the Northeast. I don't like doing California, but I've taken myself out of, I wouldn't call it a comfort zone, because I'm comfortable running anywhere. I just, if I don't have to run there and I can make good money, then I won't run there. But with the way the freight has been lately, you kind of have to go the places that you really don't like to go. So I don't mind running up into Wisconsin. I don't mind coming back out of Chicago. What I'm doing, but like I said, what I was doing before was kind of waiting to see if a better load came up, and then nothing would come up. Well, the problem is that load that you bypassed, it was already gone. Somebody had already taken it. So right now, I'm looking at the criteria. If it hits that criteria, it's going to an area, and it may be an area even I told him to even open up the Northeast. If that's where I got to go, that's where I got to go. And so he did that. So we'll see what pops. Tomorrow or Monday, first thing, I'm going to be looking for my load for Thursday, for Friday, and looking for a weekend load. And as soon as I get those booked, then I'll start looking for the following week. And I'm just going to stay booked continually as much as I possibly can. I'm not going to let time sit. If there's a load, as long as it's where I can make money and it's going into a good area or an area that I can get a load out of, then I'm going to take the load. So that's where we stand right now. This last week has been really good. This coming week is going to be really good again. So I've already dug myself pretty much out of the hole, but I need to keep those profits up. So that's how I'm doing it. It works for some people it doesn't. I stopped by Mercer, and I seen guys that were sitting around there for 2-3 days just waiting for that big paying load, and there are few and far between that are out there right now. So I'll take the scraps. If that's how I got to make a living, that's how I'll make my living. But that's where we're at right now. Like I said, this week was a good week. This next week we're already booked out. All I need to do is find one more load for next week, and the whole week is booked, and then start looking for the following week. So I don't like sitting on a weekend without having a load on me. It doesn't have to be a long load. I actually prefer it short. That way I can get a reset in, get laundry done, relax a little bit, and then hit the week hard again. So that's where we're at right now. I got a few shots of the loads that I had. I'll post those on there for you guys. If you've got any questions, post them below. If there's something that you want to see, go ahead and post that. I'll try to get it up for you. As always, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down. I don't care. Hit the subscribe button so that way you get informed of the videos when they drop. And other than that, be safe out there and keep it between the ditches.